Hi, I'm going to make a series of videos to make puppet set and some puppets. They'll be in order, so do watch the first one first. This is the first one. This is the puppet set that I made over the two videos, and but you can make any type of puppet set you like. It's not a set thing, it's just the start for imagination and some tips. So what you will need, definitely get hold of, is a cardboard box or two, different sizes according to what size puppet show you want to make, some masking tape, which looks like that, it's not sellotape, PVA glue like that, or a different brand, and newspaper, old newspaper. And you definitely need some scissors as well. But you will also find handy, although it's not necessary, is paint, fabrics and decorations like beads, but you don't actually have to have those things to make a puppet set. So I hope you enjoy the videos, and that's it. So here we are at the design stage, the imagination stage of making a puppet set. I think we need to start by finding a box, because if you have a grand design and can't find a box to fit, that would be upsetting. So you might just find yourself that you've got a little box, then you'll have to make something tiny, weeny and intricate, but hopefully something a bit bigger, because otherwise you won't be able to make the puppets to go inside. I found this box, it's quite nice and strong and sturdy. But you might find that you really want to make big puppets, you really want to make sock puppets, and you want to stand behind it. Hopefully you can find yourself a really big box. But I'm fancying doing something quite intricate this time for myself, and drawing something really like particular. I saw lots of internet pictures I looked up puppet set on the internet, and I saw all sorts of different types. You can go wild with it, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to make. And so anyway, start with your box and look at it. Which way up will it go? I'm going to put mine up ways a bit, so that it's so that I can have a little hole up at the top, and I can do tiny weeny little puppets inside. And then I'm going to have I might do string puppets, which needs a hole in the top, and I might do hand puppets, which would need holes in the side, or a hole in the back even. So I'm going to cut holes everywhere, and most importantly the front. So in my designs I did some teeny tiny ones I thought through. I thought all trees, or lush red curtains with gold trim, or I thought one with a fancy topping, like I don't know, a post box. But I really quite like the tree idea, where you could do a whole city on the top. You could do all sorts, and I thought as I was thinking, I was thinking what sort of puppets would go inside. I thought the circus, or an accordion player sitting on a chair, or even riding a snail. And my imagination was looking at the photos on the internet, and also thinking myself, I thought, oh, we could have a ship puppet, and say what do you call them, waves going past that are also puppets. And because it doesn't need to be, the puppet doesn't need to be an animal or a human, it could be something to do with the set that's moving, the scenery that's moving. And also sometimes I thought maybe I could do some trees growing and then pull them up. I thought all sorts of things. So anyway, so I thought, well, I'll do a picture for myself, and I thought I'll have the trees idea, and we'll have to do the curtains. Maybe I'll make a big curtain behind to make it sort of a bit more shimmery. And then, so I have to translate that onto here, and I thought I'd put a big extra on the top for that, the top bit of the tree. And then I'll draw the tree hole here, and I'll have to cut it out. Don't cut right to the edges, because we'll need these corners to keep the structure. And then, so those are my trees here. And I'll cut out those holes because the tree will go over the top. And then I want my tree to come down, not too far away from the edge, here. So all this decoration on the front we're going to cover up. I don't think that's even enough, so I'm going to make it closer to the edge than I did originally. I'm going to cut that out, and cut that out. Please will you ask an adult for help, because it could you could accidentally move too fast with the scissors and really hurt yourself. Anyway, I'll need to cut a hole in the top as well, and a hole in the back, so that we can access all areas. And then I'll show you when it's all cut out. So I've cut out the front with a view to making that into a tree, the top hole for marionette puppets, the string puppets, the back so that we can have finger puppets along here, and or hand puppets or spoon puppets. You can have little stick puppets, but you might want to access it from the sides as well, so it's easier to get everything. But I don't want to be seen here at the back, so we'll be making curtains in the background to make it all dark, and then you can flip your hands up behind the curtains. Everything's falling off. So I wanted to make this a bit taller at the back as well, so that at the front, so that we couldn't be seen if we're behind it. And these holes are just, I just thought I might need them, little puppets can peep through or something. But I want it to stick on properly, so I'm going to make some little tabs to get them to stick on really well, and to get the front bit to stick on. So not just gluing. Just gluing didn't work. And you're going to use the masking tape as well. So those are little tabs. I just literally got a bit of scrap and put that on. And then I'm going to strengthen it by putting the masking tape on there. And when you put masking tape on, you have to squeeze it all on really, really tight and rub it down so that it doesn't move. I will be putting more on than I am in the video, but just to hold it there. And then we're going to put the front on, bit of glue and then masking tape. And these tabs I can also stick them onto the back as well. Maybe I will only put the glue on this bit where I can see it. That'll just help a bit, I think. It won't really do much. And then the tape. Where does it go? Put it on. Yeah, that'll make nice trees. Don't mind if it's wonky. And that bit there at the back, the tab, just helps it to stick on. Yeah, can you see that? So I'll be sticking that on. And then I'll stick it all on really well, stick it all down properly when I finish the video. But also, I like bumpy bits, and after this I'm going to paper mache, because even if you don't have paints, if you put paper mache on, it'll take on a different feel to it just being a box. Don't like just box. It's got to have a different texture. So I've got newspaper. Hopefully it hasn't. Yeah, and newspaper rips better one way. You find the way it rips better. This way it wouldn't rip so well. It just rips off. It can rip into shreds. And I want to make myself some sort of bits that bump up a bit. You can experiment with the thickness, is what you want. But yeah, it would just, I think it would just look nicer and feel nicer if there was a bit more texture to it. So bits of masking tape, and remember, if you put the masking tape on and don't press it down properly, it will look really messy. If it does look messy, hey, it doesn't really matter. But the more you rub it down, the better the finish you'll get. So I don't know how clear this is in the video, but anyway, just carry on like that, building up the front, the facade. It's a facade. You might want to do some ornate sort of decoration designs. You might not have a tree at all. You might have fake curtains in card that need to look a bit more bumpy, or you could just paper mache flat and then paint with an effect of it being light and dark. I'll show you that when I paint this tree. Yes, I think I'll make it go round the edge. So I don't really like these edges anyway, they look a bit yucky. So this is the first bit we thought about the design, and that took me a long time actually. I spent ages and ages, probably even a few hours looking at different designs, thinking about it. I went for a walk and I thought about it, and I thought, ooh, I quite like it to be able to be a circus, and to be able to be a wood, and to be able to be kind of like any dream world, and to have really beautiful, I wanted it to be really like special. But you know, I've made puppet sets before and they're just for fun, so just bright colours, big pizzazz, and there's nothing magical at all about them, just super leery. So there's no right or wrong. I'd like to see all your designs. It's just that this is the mood I'm in today. So I have a really like magical one. So that's the sort of thing I will build up with, and I'll just build up and then put the paper mache on. If you don't know how to do paper mache, in one of the videos in the behind, quite at the, actually probably the start video on this YouTube channel, I've done a big old paper mache rama, and you'll see how to make it. I won't go through it again on this video. But yeah, paper mache over the top, rub it all on nicely. I'll do a time lapse of it.